All right, we will now present to you family, friends, and relatives, the graduating class at 216. As your name is called, gentlemen, by Mrs. Purcell, please go forward and receive your diploma. Then you'll go back to your chairs. You'll be seated until the entire class is called to stand up and move your tassels. The members of the class who are on the main floor will be called first, followed by the names of those on the side stage, and then the gentleman on the stage. We ask the parents and guests to please hold your applause so that all the names can be heard. Remember, when the floor names are announced, we still have the young man up front to announce as well. Everybody wants to hear their loved one's name called, so again, we ask you to please, let's wait to the end, and then we'll congratulate everyone and give them their due.
Richard Alden Abbott III. William John Acroft. Joseph Ambrosini. Brian M. Anderson. Thomas C. Balzer. Sean P. Barry. Nicholas J. Bartley. Joseph W. Bernauer III. Justin Stephen Biggenwall. Jacob J. Booth. Timothy Robert Bovid. Tyler M. Bravo. Robert A. Breitner. Thomas Michael Brennan. Justin J. Burrows. Dodge Antonio Cabral. Charles M. Camp. James Carey. Kevin Sino. Brendan C. Clark. Sean Patrick Coan. Jamal J. Cooley. Kevin J. Coughlin Jr. Matthew Coyle. Scott Stephen Pressman. Jeremy Rivera Cummings. Richard M. Custer. Philip D. Dareth. Thomas J. D'Amelio IV. Quinn Patrick Denofa. Michael J. Devlin Jr. Walter John DeWitt IV. Mark Anthony Carmen DeFrancesco. Jared F. Dillon. Sean J. Doyle. James Dudley. William R. Eastburn. Christian M. Edney. Michael C. Elliott. Brian Slater Farris. Matthew Patrick Ferrero. Brian P. Finley. Robert A. Fisher. Justin S. Fleming. Michael S. Flynn. Benjamin M. Forrest. Joseph Gallagher. Jacob J. Gartmeyer. Tyler P. Geddes. Matthew N. Giampa. Samir Jindral. Patrick Gordon. Maxim Victor Garashko. Noel Luis Guerrero. Grant Patrick Gwizdowski. Daniel E. Hammer. Anthony C. Hefner. Noel E. Hesper. Christopher Lee Higgins Jr. John Christopher Hurth III. Tone K. Hong. Tristan B. Hoffman. Shane T. Holmes. Han Zhao Hong. Mark A. Iannelli. Matteo Iannelli. Jeffrey Joseph Yachuk. Michael K. Joyce. Abner Justine. Mark Stephen Constance Jr. Christopher H. Kowalski. Tyler Robert Lang. Stephen N. Law. Robert P. Lawless Jr. John V. Lane. Nicholas Peter Lazar. Connor Joseph Leege. Dylan P. Locke. Anthony A. Laurenti. Joseph W. Lucas. Sean Lyle. Christian Francis Medea. Anthony J. Manis. Joseph G. Moronsky. Alize M. Martinez. Connor Alexander McAllister. Ian J. McCardle. Louis A. McCaffrey. Timothy J. McCall. William Daniel McCarthy. Brian J. McCluskey. Duncan Tyler McGlynn. Kevin McGranahan Jr. John E. McGrody. Patrick D. McKee. Bailey McKenna. Hayden P. McKinstry. James D. McNichol Jr. Christopher Matthew McNicholas. Patrick Michael Melody. Eric A. Melso. Christian E. Meddy. Michael A. Metzger. Edward A. Moore. Joshua B. Morrison. Anthony M. Mulvena. Joseph P. Murphy. Michael H. Murray. Vincent Joseph Nardino. Nicholas J. Newberg. Richard Nguyen. Tony V. Nguyen. Brady S. Nyland. Shane Edward Nolan. Zachary William Nolter. Tyler M. Oldfield. Timothy J. O'Neill. Robert Ortiz. Anthony A. Pasidi. Nicholas J. Palmer. Kenneth M. Paris. Stephen D. Paul. Sean M. Petrick. Francis D. Perry. Thomas Anthony Perrone. Paul Anthony Petaccio. Brandon J. Peters. James P. Peters. Tyler Petrosky. Michael A. Petroselli. Edward K. Pimble. Brian L. Pyers. Sean Pierman. Patrick J. Potok. Kevin Pullman. Noah Rango Douglas. Eddie Rangel. Quincy Reed. Brendan Albert Breitmeyer. Guang Hong Jen. Andrew Inocencio Rivera. Henry T. Roberts. Thomas Anthony Robinson. Christopher Edwin Rogowski. Jacob M. Roman. Joshua G. Sainta. Philip M. Shepard. Kevin M. Cinco. Kyle G. Smith. James J. Spence. Brian Cole Sperling. Eric Lee Strollo. Stephen Joseph Suter. Lenore C. Cillian. Robert Joseph Taggart V. Ronald Richard Talbot Jr. Trevor Andrew Tankowitz. Yeedy Thanrat. Stephen J. Thomas. Eric Christopher Trush. Corey Tucker. Santiago Vallejo. Anthony Ryan Vesey. Zachary S. Vendetti. J. Leo Villegas. William S. Fischio. Connor M. Vogt. Adam D. Volkmar. Ian Marshall Wagner. Adam N. White. Christopher Charles White. Jack Ryan White. Raymond Joseph Whittington. John F. Wildonger. Anthony F. Williams. Andrew M. Wilson. Timothy J. Wolf. Christian G. Wood. Michael G. Willem Jr. Aristotle Zabaj. Brian T. Green. Brian D. Kaminsky. Jonathan D. Bassiano. Brian F. Creamer. Justin R. Darmaray. Vincent M. Darmaray. Austin Robert Feeney. Zachary J. Gallagher. Connor P. Green. John Ho. Colin J. Kendra. Frank Maricone III. Brian Joseph McGarry. Daniel Patrick McGarry. Thomas P. McMonagle. Richard J. Miller. Thomas A. Penko Jr. Brian E. Fye. Franklin D. Huron. William E. B. Ryle. Timothy D. Ulrich. Peter Aristides Zawicki. Shane W. Brophy. Nicholas Elwell. Patrick G. Gresco. Brian Gresco. Justin T. Cherkis. Connell Seamus Smith. Matthew J. Toner. Aiden C. McGuckin. Zachary Odinetz. Stephen P. Venango. Brian P. Davis. And Henry R. Garant.